the communications officer of the Office of the President, do you look at this kind of hula-balo na nabubuking sila sa harap ng taong bayan sa kanilang panloloko at pagsisinungaling sa mga kapalpakan at mga violations nila?
I think there are two things na napansin ako dito. Well, number one, the President was playing safe. In other words, ang tahi-tahimik niya during the operations, pero ngayon na may perceived win sila, ay ako yan. Pansin niyo? Mga tao niya ang bahala sa umpisa, di siya kikibo, pero pagka nanalo na, siya yung bida. So which means, to me, political na to, hindi na to legal. Para sa akin, parang medyo mahina ang dating niya. Kasi parang masyado siyang tatago siya, nasa kasagsagan ng tulog sila, rank and file na pulis, nandun sila, naghihirap sila, dami-dami nila, nag-ooperate sila. Even at some point, itong si General Torre, for all his bluster, para siyang nag-iisa at inaako niya na siya lang ito. Pero nung nanalo na, ay, ako nag-utos niyan. Parang, talaga.
Political din. Tsaka Trixie, I cannot imagine him giving orders. That's the truth, no?
Sa kapasidad niya.
So I think somebody just fed that to him. Say it, no? See, this is the situation, di ba? And take credit for it, di ba? But I cannot imagine him giving orders like that because you can always see it on parade all the time. His weakness, no? And that the people that talk for him, speak for him, are petty tyrants, di ba? So I don't even know he knows what he's talking about.
But
no?
ma'am, ang epekto pa rin ito ni Trixie is because nagpagamit siya at dahil sa kanyang walang kakayanang magdesisyon at mag-isip ng tama, the authority was abused. And so therefore, pananagutan niya pa rin.
Of course. Tama. Because the buck stops with him.
Yes,
he's the president. No, that's it.
Attorney Trix, may gusto kaming itanong sa'yo dito. Matagal ko namin gusto itanong ito sa'yo dahil man sa ikaw ay naging busy sa iyong ilang mga pagpapahayag. Attorney Trixie, first time mo ba nakakita na ang warrant of arrest ginamit para mang-agaw ng properties, mangsira, and even religious persecution ay sinalaula ang simbahan, sinaktan ang mga sibilyan, at malawakan, parang combat operations, parang Little Marawi, hindi nga Mamasapano. In Mamasapano, they only deployed more than 2,000 police against a world-renowned terrorist na si Marwan, na renowned na bomber ito sa Bali, Indonesia, and many parts na bahagi talaga ng Jemaah Islamiyah, konektado sa Al-Qaeda, established. Ito naman, simbahan, warrant of arrest ng isang accused lang, suspect lang, and then nobody can prevent the lawlessness. First time mo nakita ito, Attorney Trixie.
Tingnan mo yung dalawa ha, kasi other abuses, terrorism. Diba? Parang hindi siya equal. At saka yung occupation, kasi halimbawa, ang pinaka-common na pag-serve ng warrant of arrest, bahay. So imagine nyo kung bahay yan ginawa. So okay, sige, pinasok nila yung bahay, tapos doon na nakikain, doon na natutulog, kasi hindi namin mahanap eh. O kaya yung may isa pa kaming closet na hindi nakikita. Parang ganon. Pag in-apply nyo tuloy, in the ordinary setting, makikita nyo how intrusive it is. At ito po, sinasabi ng Korte Suprema, intrusive and burdensome, binabawal po yan. Kasi may right to privacy. Itong mga warrant, ito yung exception. That's why you need to get a warrant. A warrant is an order from the court at ini-issue lang yan kapag may due process na, may presentasyon yan ng ebidensya. Hindi ka basta-basta pwede pumasok sa bahay ng ibang tao at magkalkal doon. So very primordial yung right to privacy. At pinoprotektahan yan ng saligang batas. So every time you intrude into some place, like domicile, may mga nakatira dyan sa KOJC compound.
Yes.
So pag pinapasok natin yung isang lugar na kung saan merong tinatawag na reasonable expectation of privacy, malaki ang protections na ginagarantiya ng saligang batas for that. So para makapasok, kailangan may ebidensya, may due process, and the court or a judge will issue the order.
Tama.
So kailangan naiintindihan din ng taong bayan na you don't do this lightly. So para sa akin, nung nakikita kong ginagawa nila ito, parang why did they think that they could do it to KOJT? Ang tingin ba nila, opisina lang yon, pero may reasonable expectation pa rin of privacy there. Yung place of worship, nagkaroon pa ng dimension yan. Kasi kung hindi man nila naiintindihan yung paniniwala sa KOJC, i-apply lang nila by analogy. Magagawa ba nila ito sa simbahan na Katoliko? Magagawa ba nila sa katedral ng Katoliko? Magagawa ba nila sa mga moske ng mga kapatid nating Muslim? Magagawa ba nila yung dun sa mga templo ng ibang mga relihiyon? Kung bakit yung trato nila sa KOJC ay hindi kaparehas ng trato o pagrespeto nila sa ibang mga relihiyon.
Exactly.
Sa ating saligang batas, nakalagay din doon that yung tinatawag na non-establishment clause. Ibig sabihin, hindi pwedeng ipaboran ng gobyerno ang isang relihiyon o gawin itong state religion. But the opposite also is true. Hindi ka pwedeng mag-oppress ng isang paniniwala. At walang distinction kung anong paniniwala na yan.
Yun.
And yet, ganyan po ang nakikita natin nangyari. So yung intrusiveness and burdensomeness may added dimension na ito po ay place of worship of a religion that is not, hindi siya mainstream eh. And therefore, mas dapat silang nag-ingat kasi hindi nila alam ang mga doktrina, ang mga tenets, kung ano ang maaari nilang gawin na baka hindi nila marespeto yung lugar at yung mga tao doon. They would have not done that to another religion that they could understand.
Yes.
Pero dahil kay OJC, ay sige lang, go. Diba?
Yeah.
Tapos tumira na doon.
Yeah,
So yun yung nakikita natin, may dimensions ito. It's not just the right to domicile, the right to privacy, but the right then to the respect afforded to any belief. So they should have respected this one, even if hindi nila naiintindihan.
So attorney, no, rights were violated left and right, no, by the Marcos administration. And there's one more other right that that really bothers me. It's the right to information. And so press freedom, media has been exceedingly quiet about this, silent about this, or if they say something about it, it's the narrative only of the government, which is, I'm sorry to say, patently false. No? So, attorney, my question to you, no, is what do you think is the role of media here? No, what is the intent? Why are they being quiet about this? And what are the consequences when a Filipino, when the people are not informed about this particular case, attorney?
It's not that simple kasi may karapatan magsalita at magpahayag. Kasama doon sa sa freedom of speech is the freedom to not write about something. But that's not where the problem is. Yung hiring of trolls, the use of government money to use trolls para balahurain yung mga tao who are actually giving information, yan ang nakikita kong possible na paglabag ng gobyerno. I mean, have you heard na, kumbaga, laganap among communicators like us, yung supposed troll farm in Mandaluyong, that and supposedly no, run with public money. So yan ang tingin ko is the interference in our free speech. It is state sponsored, lalong-lalo na yung when you hire trolls who will blaspheme this particular religion.
Tama.
Yung iinsultuhin tayo, lalibelin tayo, pero dahil anonymous trolls yung mga yan, you get all the damage without the ability to hit them back or to get justice. You can't locate them, you can't get their real names, you don't have an address. And minsan, and this has happened to me, I filed for investigation in the NBI at sabi nila hindi nila kayang i-locate. So that's one, that's one dimension. The other is yun na nga, itong if it is...
Kailangan mo ng tulong, try mo si One Hand.
Wag na, nakailang
mainstream media, it assures na sila yung information, sole information. In other words, di ba, the idea is that the more information that is out there, yung mas maraming nagpapahayag, yung mas maraming opinion, mas informed ang taong bayan at mas nababalanse yung mga tendency natin towards extremism, di ba? Yung mga extreme opinions. And away from polarization. So, yun din ang either failing ng government or they're doing it deliberately. Kung totoo nga, yung Payola system and it's suspiciously likely to be true, then that's another thing. Nagbabayad tayo with taxpayers' money, private media to carry their message and only their message. So what happens? People are uninformed, underinformed, and very, very susceptible to manipulation.
Sige.
Which goes against every tenet of a free society.
Tama po.
Attorney,
Diba?
okay, so I'm sorry that we're running out of time, but there's so many questions pa that we want to ask. So, apart from